What's up, everybody? It's the Podcast Boys back with episode 156. We're here to talk about striking balance, work-life balance, and summer jobs. So let's get right into it.
All right.
So yeah, the first thing I want to talk about today is summer jobs and getting a job. So for me, I've worked at the same place for 4 years, and it's getting pretty boring, man. I'm a dishwasher. Kind of sucks, and I get paid minimum wage, dude. So I've been working there since grade 8. I've been working there for 4 years now, and it's kind of like I'm kind of sick of it, man. I want to change, get jobs, but I feel like I have like loyalty towards this one job because they gave me that opportunity when I was in grade 8, especially when I'm like technically underage to get a job, and it's not horrible. Like I don't hate the people working there, and like it's a cool restaurant.
New.
But I want something new, and I feel like kind of like bitchy, or I kind of feel like a dick if I just switch out before summer.
You're
but
not though, because it's all on you. Like it's your job.
yeah.
It's what you want it to be.
But then I like don't know what I would do instead of that job.
Well,
so
that's what you got to think of.
yeah, and like what would be actually fun for me too, or like what's an experience that I want to deal with. It would be really cool to work in sales or something like that. But obviously, being a teenager and being minimum wage, like getting paid minimum wage, it's really hard to find a job that you can get paid commission for sales, and it's just not really a thing, especially if you're younger. So yeah, it's hard to find a job that's actually like interesting and fun.
True.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know if I'll stay there, if I'll go try to find work somewhere else. But I mean, I guess we'll see.
All up to you.
Yeah. Are you gonna be working this summer?
Yeah, I'm trying to find another job. I mean, I have like a income already, so it's not like I'm not getting anything. But I want to get like a better job, more. I don't know, just making more bread is what I'm trying to do, essentially. But I want to get something that I enjoy. I have a few things in mind. I have an application now, so I'm just gonna be looking out. If you have a job, any suggestions, leave them in the comments for me, and I'll be looking at those. Cause we talked about it a little bit. We want to take this time for the summer to be like more focused on us. Like for me, specifically, I want this summer to be focused on me. In terms of just like going to the gym, having fun. And just like focus on like being a better version of myself, really, when it comes to the podcast, work, and then just my health and stuff. So there's that, and also like on the same topic, like to go into like the future of the podcast, like we're gonna be a little like all over the place from now on. So when you guys see this, it's gonna be the next episode for like 5 weeks or something. We're kind of gonna be a bit staggered, but then we're gonna sort ourselves out a bit. So like I'm gonna be away for a little bit while just with other stuff that has came up. And so we're gonna have next week's episode is going to be with like Justin and then probably a guest, and then we'll have Cheyenne here behind the lens. The week after that, we might not have an episode, or we'll have Cheyenne doing something for just to keep you guys up with content. And then a week after that, it's going to be Justin and Cheyenne again, and then the week after, I'm going to be back, and then I think that's just the trajectory that we have planned out for now. And then we'll probably take a break to try to like get a rebrand in and try to like sort ourselves out. So that's some future news for you guys, and that's going to be our schedule. So it's kind of, not ideal, because it's like, it's not like, we're just all over the place kind of, but I mean, it's not for like too long. And we'll still be making content, which is like, that's kind of rule number one,
Yeah, exactly. I think like it'll first off be a good break for me and Colin. Obviously we put a lot of work into like shooting the episodes, editing, TikTok posts, Instagram, and all that. So I think it'll be an opportunity for us to have like a bit of a mental break while also like improving, because we really want to like get better and start making content that's like we really enjoy making and that other people enjoy too. So I think it'll be a good time to reset and just reevaluate, sort of like reassess where we're at and where we're headed. So
and we got some good ideas as well.
Yeah, and good guests coming up too that we've planned out. So I think that'll be cool too.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah.
See us change, evolve,
Exactly.
grow. One thing like, because I guess you just gave out your like take. One thing, shout out to Cheyenne. he was at my house on like the weekend. He stayed over. We're playing some FNAF. He got into FNAF actually, because he played it and he liked the game. So he went into like watch MatPat's whole like 3-part section of the lore, and that was a huge thing. And then it was like it turned into, we talked about pranking Justin. So you guys didn't see this, but off camera we're making jokes saying, "Oh, what if we upload our videos on the Pornhub?" Ha ha ha. And then we were discussing it, and then it was about a week after we talked about it in here, and then Cheyenne, I had the idea. It was my idea, like call Justin and say, "Hey, Cheyenne's uploading our videos on the Pornhub. You know, I don't know what to do. He's not listening to me." That sort of thing. So it was like a whole sequence. Maybe we might put clips in here you guys could see, but like we're not gonna. We had videos for like minutes long, so we're not gonna put all that. But then we had like Cheyenne calling, and then I called, and then it was just like it was funny because it was good how, and this is the funny part. It's funny how we sold it and like how we actually like did it. You know, I called him and I was like, "Dude, he's not answering his phone. Like he's like telling me he's uploading this shit." And he's like, "Okay, well I'll call him." And then Cheyenne's like, it's just so funny because he's like, because I told him actually before we go there, I was like, "Yeah, he's uploading these videos. I don't know what to do." And like, he's just uploading girls episodes, bro. And it's like, dude, I was trying so hard not to laugh at that. That's just the most ridiculous shit. And then what were your thoughts on that when I first initially like told you?
Okay, so first off, we talked about it in here for a little bit. It's just like a joke. Like, Sean's like, "Oh, we should do it. It'd be super funny. Numbers would be sick." And we were just like, we were talking about it, making jokes. I'm like, "Bro, we're not doing that. That's so dumb. First off, it looks like shitty on our image. We don't want our content up there, and like I don't want people to see it." And then Sean's like, "Well, if they see it, then you know what they were doing. Only people on that site could see it, and it's not even that bad, bro. Trust me, it'll be super funny." I'm like, "No, dude, we're not doing it." And so this is on like, I think this is a weekend, so it's either Saturday or Sunday.
It was about a week. It was more than 7 days after we talked about it.
So it would have been Saturday. So yeah, then Colin calls me, which is like super like normal. I mean, he talks to me all the time about, okay, the video editing, whatever, or just like we just talk like quite a bit. So he calls me and he's like, yo, just a heads up, like Cheyenne like posted this shit without our like consent. And I was like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, no way. And he's like, yeah, like somehow he got a hold of the videos and he like downloaded it and like got it on there. I'm like, okay, like first off, like how did he get the video on there? Because our videos are on YouTube, so unless you have like YouTube Premium, like you have to like download the videos and like I don't even know.
That's what I said. I was like, yeah,
I think he said he screen recorded it or something, and I was like, okay, kind of weird, like what? And then he's like, yeah, he's like, you were saying like I try to get it to take it down. And you kept like you were selling it. It's like, oh dude, I can't get into him, bro. He's just not budging. Like, and that's so like Cheyenne too, dude. If you meet Cheyenne in real life, like he's like very adamant. Adamant, or like if he has his opinion, he's not gonna fucking change it. So I'm like, oh shit, like this is like accurate. Like this is like okay. I didn't really think much of it. Like or like I didn't think that it would be fake, right?
I didn't consider it.
Like, oh fuck. So and then Colin's like calling me and he's like, dude, I literally cannot like get Cheyenne to change. Like I'm doing all this. And the worst part too is they said, dude, Cheyenne can't talk because he's at like a family bar mitzvah or something. It's some family event. So I'm like, shit, like what do I do? So
I'm not Jewish.
Yeah. So I call Cheyenne. I'm like, yo, Cheyenne, like we need to talk. Like, do you have like some time? He's like, no, dude, I'm actually at this family event. My mom needs my help to like move some shit. I don't really know. And then I'm like, okay, fair enough. Like whatever. Talk to me after. Call me as soon as you're done. And he's like, okay. So then he like stops, whatever. And then Colin calls me back. Then he's like, dude, like, this is serious shit, man. Like, this is like, I texted him. I try to call him. He's not picking up, whatever. And so, like, I don't know how much time passed. Maybe, like, 20
I think this whole thing
passes.
was, like, 2 hours in total.
No, not that long. I think it's like an hour, maybe. So, like, maybe 10, 20 minutes passes. Mind you, this is, like, the beginning of the day. This is, like, the morning, dude. Like, I'm, like...
It's, like, 11 a.m. max.
Yeah, and I wake up pretty late on Saturdays because I have, like, other shit to do, right? Like, I have work on Sunday. So, like, Saturday's my day to, like, sleep in, whatever, go to the gym. And so, like, I'm about to go to the gym, like, right before all this, right? I'm like, fuck, I have to deal with this. And, like, my mom, I was supposed to go, like, run some errands or whatever, help my mom out. So I was like, okay, shit. Like, Mom, hold up. I got some shit to deal with. Like, we can do this after. So, whatever, I'm getting ready. And then, you know, Shine calls me back 20 minutes after. This time, he's like, yeah, bro, did you see it? I uploaded it. It's super funny. And I was, like, pissed, bro. Because Colin's telling me all this shit. I'm hearing all this stuff about him posting this. And I was mad, bro. Like, I was really upset. Because obviously, if you're in my spot, you would not want someone to put, like, videos of, like, your guests up there, of yourself on there, and your all brand. That. So I was pissed, bro. I ripped into him. I'm like, Cheyenne, you better fucking take this down, bro. This is not a joke anymore. I'm not even joking. Take it down right now, bro. It's not funny. Colin doesn't like it. I don't like it. You didn't fucking ask our consent. I brought up the point that, like, when we, like, make decisions, we make it as a group and, like, as a team. And, like, that was, true. Like, one of the big things that I was, like, hammering home. Like, Shine, this is why we talk about this shit all the time. This is why we have business meetings. This is why we have a group chat. It's, like, to fucking discuss this. You don't just go and do this without our approval. Yeah. And I was pissed. I'm like, you're also a cameraman. Like, what the fuck kind of say do you have in this?
And he's like, well, I own it too.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, you don't, bro. You don't own it to the same extent. Like,
and he's like, do you want me to upload my video? I can do that.
And I'm like, no, me and Colin are the face of the brand.
Yeah.
We're uploading our image. And I'm like, do you really want universities to see this shit? I'm like, fuck that. Like, I was pissed, right?
Yeah, and I was like, well, as we were talking about this, like, I was like telling him, yo, say this, say that, and then he was like, yo, say this, say that, when I was like on the phone with you, just to like, just poke the bear, bro. It's
yeah, and like
he owns it, or like
dude,
only girls.
They kept like putting in little points, but like it was so believable because it's like both are like how you like generally act. Like Cheyenne being like that, like
he's
being
like, no, trust, bro.
No, yeah, like that's so like him. I swear on multiple occasions he's been like, no, bro, trust me. This is it's super funny, bro. It's for the views. And like Colin being like, dude, I'm like, what do I do? And like calling me like so normal for both of them to do that type of thing. Yeah. And like just like the way that it evolved, right? Like having it like the week before.
Yeah.
And then, right, like, all this shit, they sent me a screenshot, right? So, Colin's like, oh, yeah, bro, look at this. Cheyenne sent me the screenshot. And it's like the video or whatever, and it's like one of our videos, and it's like titled, I don't even know what the title was. And I saw this, and I was like, come on, bro. I know it's super blurry, but then they sold it from before, like saying, he screen recorded it or whatever. And also, Shannon's a fucking Samsung, right? So his quality's probably gonna be bad, bro. I don't fucking know, right? So like, I was like, whatever. Like,
what did you think of like the views and the likes? Those are like
okay,
50K.
So the videos and like the views and the likes were like super up there. And I saw that and I was like, first I'm like, maybe like he like edited it or something, right? Because okay, like first off, like no way the views are that high if he uploaded it before. But again, they didn't really say like when they uploaded it. He's like, yeah, just Giant uploaded it and it's going crazy. And I'm like, well, it's not like uncommon for it to happen. Just like our reels and stuff like weirdly blow up. But I'm like, I don't know how, like obviously I don't know the algorithm of the fucking Pornhub, bro. So I'm not gonna know how like well it's gonna like perform, right? So then I was just like, shit, like, I don't fucking know, dude. And then, it didn't really sell it. I don't know if it sold it, but it just made me more, like, it pissed me off even more, dude. Like, I saw that, I'm like, come on. Like, I was just pissed.
Yeah, that's when I've never seen you that mad at him, bro.
Yeah, like, I fucking blew up, bro. I don't know. It's probably because you caught me in the morning, too. Like, I wasn't, like, level-headed, bro. I woke up, and I was, like, about to go to the gym and, like, run some errands and shit. I had, like, schoolwork to do, whatever.
It's funny because you called, you were automatically mad. Like, Shine, you gotta take the video down right now. I don't care. And then he's like, oh, you saw it. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Look at the numbers. You're like, Shine, I don't give a fuck. Like, shut up, bro. And then you just, like, went on from there.
And also, like, the other thing is, I'm not gonna, like, check the video, bro. I don't, like, do that shit. So, and also, we're on, like, this, like, dopamine, like, cleanse shit, me and Cheyenne. So, we're, like, the whole point is to, like, not go on, like, social media and shit. And so, like, I'm not really gonna check this, right? And so, I can't really, like, verify, okay, did he actually post it? And first, I'm like, I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm not trying to go in there. And so, like, it just made me more mad, bro. And, yeah, by the time I called Cheyenne, I just, like, exploded, bro. I was so fucking mad. Like, dude, I was pacing around my room, like, just fucking ripping into him, bro. Like, it was brutal.
So what if he didn't, like, take down the video?
Dude, if he didn't take down the video,
I didn't because when he called me, like, he was trying to, like, tell me, like, oh, I take it down. I was like, no, bro, trust me, like it's good. And then before he could, like, respond and rip back at me, I was like, yeah, my mom called me, bro, bye, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, so then I'm like, just fuck off. Like, I can't do anything, right? It's like one of those situations where you're like out of it's out of your control. You can only do so much, like, right? And so it's like, I'm not gonna, like, how am I gonna influence Cheyenne to, like, take down this video, right?
That's what I was saying. I was like, he's not listening to me. What the fuck do I do?
Yeah, so it's like we're kind of fucked. And, like, yeah, they just sold it really well. Like, the way that they both acted, like, it's all, like, so in character for them. Like, I could see both of them, like, acting like that. So it's just, like, I don't know. I bought it for sure. Like, and I also, like, when it's something like that, like, serious, like, Colin called me, he goes, bro, it's serious. And I'm like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna like be like, I'm not gonna be like second guessing it, right? Like, I'm just gonna fucking take it at face value, right?
Yeah, and I'll be like, no, you're joking. It's not that bad. Can't be
yeah,
that bad.
and
Like,
so I'm just
oh,
like,
well, you got no idea.
yeah, exactly. So I was just like, I don't know, dude. And then they called me, right? I'm like ripping into Cheyenne, and then Colin goes, hey, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, how? And then he's like, it's a prank. And I was like, she's like, fuck off, bro. I debated hanging up, bro. I was literally like this. I was about to like hang up. Like, I was pissed because I was like, in the beginning of the morning, like, the best way to start your day, right? You get called from your buddy saying, yeah, I posted your podcast on Pornhub, right? Good way to start your morning. So I have to deal with that before I'm going to the gym and like starting my day. So like, it just like pissed me off, bro. I was like, fuck off. Like, I don't want to deal with this right now. But I didn't, and like we laughed.
Looking back, it's funny. It was good.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Like, I also like they haven't done that shit. Like, Colin hasn't like pranked me like that or done like a prank call like that in a while. Like, dude, we used to do that shit when we were kids all the time. We did like own-age pranks, and we used to like do like some stupid shit like that. And like that's like shit we did when we were like kids all the time. So, I don't know. It's kind of funny in the sense that it's like came full circle. Like we're doing it again, but
like I did, because you're like, oh, I would have gone to his house, like, cause like, what else would I do?
Yeah, I was like,
and you were
shit.
like, you said to me, it was going through your head, you're like, I'm not gonna have him film for me anymore, like.
Yeah, I was like, well, we could just fucking like sack him, bro. Like, what is he gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
he's just gonna show up, just chill outside, camp outside the door for the whole time.
Yeah, like we get rid of him, bro. Like, this guy's not like on a contract or anything. Like, you just fucking toss him. So, I was just like pissed off.
Nah, bro, let me get on the contract.
yeah, sign the contract now. But it was pretty funny. But again, I was like just completely not expecting it. Like, that was just something that was like completely out of the blue.
It was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. What do you guys think about it? Like, how did you like set it up? Did you guys like discuss?
Because like when we were talking about like at school about this, I was like, dude, I was like, oh, how funny would it be if I told Justin, like, I want to see his reaction. That'd be so good. And I told Cheyenne, and Cheyenne instantly was like, yeah, let's do it. That's a great idea. And then we just went from there. And then I came up with like, dude, what if we had a fucking like image of it? Like, oh my god, imagine what he would think.
Well, that was such an elite editing for like
10 minutes. I've never used Photoshop before. I have, but I haven't used it in like over a year. And then I hop on it, and I was like, oh, okay. 10 minutes.
Because like, they made it real. Like, if you guys like actually planned it out, like the way that
do not
Cheyenne's
put the image
here,
on here, though.
This is here, right? Like, and like calling it his house, like it was actually like believable because they actually like planned it out. Okay, like Cheyenne's gonna be here, Colin's here, right?
And we didn't sit down and do that either. We were just like, okay, just say you're at a family event. That was all we did. It was so simple.
But it made so much sense too. And like Cheyenne was like moving to, okay, like maybe a family event. Okay, makes sense. Maybe like in the new house or whatnot, right? Like whatever having like some sort of family event, like it's a normal thing.
I said bar mitzvah.
Yeah, bar mitzvah at 11 a.m., bro. Like,
and you were even the fucking bar mitzvah joke was so funny because I was like, you were like going off of that. You were like, I don't care if he's at a bar mitzvah. And like,
and I was like, I don't care what he's at. Like, if he doesn't take this shit down, I'm gonna fucking.
I could have said he's at the Death Star right now, and you're like, I don't care if he's at the Death Star. Like, I could give it anything, and
because I wasn't putting up with your shit either. Like, if you're set like making jokes about, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I was like mad. Like, I was just genuinely pissed. So yeah, I mean, it looking back, it's pretty funny, but it still like pissed me off, bro. Like, dead ass.
Yeah, and then kind of like to I don't know, switch gears here. So what do you think about like on the topic of like a prank? Like, I kind of just came up with this, but like, do you think that something would go so far? Because he wanted to tell you on Tuesday, and I was like, do not let him do, like, that's actually bad. Like, that's pulling it way too far. So I was like, we're not doing that. I'm telling him. Because I was like, he's getting mad. He's not going to get any more, like, it's not going to get any more good. We're at the end of the prank, you can tell. So I hopped in and I told him. But I was, like, wondering from this discussion, like, do you think it's, like, ever going to be, like, do you think what we did was, like, not inhumane, but, like, do you think it was bad because you had stuff to do and, like, you had your morning kind of, like, not ruined, but kind of just messed up in the moment? Like, do you think that it's, like, bad? And do you think people should be pranking in, like, a better way? In terms of not to, I don't know.
Did that like lower your trust in us or whatever?
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is, like, Colin, like, we would do this shit all the time. Like, him and one of our friends would call like in the morning sometimes, or like they'd set it up. And so like Colin, like, just knowing him, like, I feel like I would know he would do that shit. Like, a good example, like Jackson. Every time he comes to my house, he tries to like scare me, bro. So like, if the door is open, he'll like sneak into my house, and I'm like doing like work on my laptop, and he like jumps up and scares me. So like every time he comes over, now I'm anticipating that he's gonna scare me. Like the same thing. Like I know kind of how like that Colin like would do that in the back of my mind. Like obviously it's like
You're
he
not
doesn't do
thinking
that,
about that.
like recently, but like it's always kind of like a possibility, I guess.
Yeah.
But in terms of being like inhumane, like I guess it kind of did ruin my morning. Like, as terms of, I was like stressed, right? Like
Yeah.
I pretty much just woke up, right? It was like my Saturday's like my chill day, and that was like
Put up.
yeah, and I was like, dude, and it was right before like literally my mom and me were like had plans to like go out. I had to go like run some errands. I had to go like get my pants on for school or like go get something at like go grocery shopping or like help her with the garbage or something, right? And so yeah, in the middle of my day, in the morning, like right as I woke up too, like being like stressed, like I'm not even joking, I was stressed. Like my heart was fucking racing and I was like pacing around my room all pissed and shit. Yeah, not the best way to start your morning for sure. In terms of being inhumane, I guess I could say it is kind of, because like it kind of does fuck with you, but like after you're kind of like relieved, I guess.
Yeah, because when I
He did
say
try to call him at night though. He didn't answer.
yeah, when I mean inhumane, I mean like Jake Paul like tasering the Dolan twins in the morning.
Yeah, like that's fucked,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean, you were fucking with me, but like at least it wasn't like you didn't physically like assault me, you know what I mean, or like shit like that. So like,
Bam, that's a
Yeah.
prank, buddy. Yeah.
prank, like you know what I mean. But
Yeah, that's why it was the Martinez twins. Yeah, Jake Paul would like tase him in the morning, like get up, and dude, that shit makes people's fucking heart stop. People die from that.
yeah,
And then they left, and they're like, they went back to Spain, and they're like, bro, like that's why we left. Like we can't. And then he's like, I never did that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not taking sides, but like that's what I'm trying to like. That's what I'm talking about. Like that is like fucked. In my opinion, what we did was just funny and like yeah, it sucked in the moment for you, but I don't think it pushed any boundaries. I don't think it crossed any lines. Like
Yeah.
in my opinion.
yeah. Like after it happened, I was kind of like, okay, whatever. Like I see it was pretty like I
Move
got
on.
the joke, it was funny, but yeah,
Yeah.
like I didn't like dwell on it too much, and I just kind of like brushed it past, I guess. So yeah, I guess that's how I took it afterwards.
Maybe like you started talking, it was like you pranked ready, and like Justin was like, I could hear him taking a big breath over the line. He's like,
Yeah.
I
I know. I heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
a breath. He like inhaled that.
Like all
fuck
this
you
shit
in.
and released it.
He like,
Yeah.
inhaled that fuck you in, just
Spat it out.
Yeah, spat. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck you guys, and then he laughed. He was like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Did you tell anyone about it?
No, I didn't, bro. I'm just trying to tell my mom about that because she'd
Yeah,
probably get like
true.
mad or
Tell your
something.
sister what I was-
Nah, bro. I didn't tell anyone.
We actually told him that I put his sister's episode on. He didn't react to it, which I didn't expect.
I said all girls. Like I was like,
Well,
bro,
yeah.
I think your sister's episode on there too.
Yeah, I didn't even like. I just because I was so like mad that like once
would
you get
do
to that
that.
certain point, like you can't like get. You know what I mean? Like how mad,
True.
how much more mad am I gonna get? Right?
Yeah,
I'm already
true.
pissed. Like
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like. Yeah, I don't know. I was just mad, bro. I didn't want to like
yeah, true.
think about it.
That's
you know
why
what I
it was
mean?
like, no, we're not going Tuesday, because like he's just gonna be stressed the whole time. Because
Yeah.
imagine you kept rejecting your phone, and then it's like, literally, what can you do? Like go to his house, but you didn't know where he lived. He moved.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I don't know what you would have done.
Yeah, I think that's if you're talking about like inhumane. That's when
That-
it would
yeah,
be
that's
if you
100%.
left it for a
That's
couple days.
100% it is. Yes.
Because I think that
was an idea, but I was not gonna.
Yeah,
do that.
true.
Yeah.
He was just like, what if we do it to Tuesday?
like that would fuck with like my mental, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
even joking. Like
Yeah,
I'd
no,
be
it
like
would.
fucked. Like
The anxiety, bro, would be too
yeah, like
bad.
anxiety wise, like I'd just be like on edge, like the whole like just pissed, bro. Like
Imagine you're like at school and you're like, dude, I was looking at this cool video yesterday, and you're like,
yeah,
it's like-
yeah, like shit like that,
Yeah.
bro. Like being paranoid
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like I would like, I don't know, it would
Yeah.
fuck me up. But yeah, good thing you guys actually stopped it before it got too bad. So how to like utilize your summer and like set yourself up for your next year, right? In school.
yeah, technically, I mean, this summer's gonna come up pretty soon because this episode's the first one in June.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, we're in grade 11 right now, so this is our last year before our last year.
Yep.
And so it's a pretty big year. I feel like grade 11 more academically challenging than grade 12 just because the thing is you still have to take some of the courses that you need for university,
Mhm.
and usually for the most part people take them in grade 11 rather than grade 12. And grade 12 also, like, you're doing applications in the year and you get
Mhm.
like your midway marks. I don't even know what they're called, but like you get your
Midterms?
you get like your report just for like only the grade 12s will get it just to send them out to university because you're applying with the marks that you get, right? So
Sure.
And your grade 11 marks.
yeah, and you
Yeah,
get 11
both.
marks as well. But what I'm saying is that like usually it's more like academically challenging, I'd say, for the
Yeah.
most part. So I think that rings true. But in the summer, like I feel like in grade 11, at least our year now, I feel like it's time to like reset and prepare for your grade 12 year. Also, like now this is going to be your final year of high school, like how to
Yeah.
prepare for that, like mentally, and also just how
That's
to
facts.
approach it, right?
Yeah.
I think one thing that I really want to work on is just like improving my balance. I mean, this year has been really, I'd say, bad in terms of like work-life balance and like balancing it out. Just being super busy with a bunch of other shit, but not having time for like myself really. Like, I guess I do, but not like always thinking of the next thing. Like thinking it as like life is like one big to-do list, which is pretty draining for your mental health and like not always the best way to see things. Because you don't really like let in like fun, or you don't let in like spontaneous like behavior, like going out with your friends or just having fun, right? But I think it has been productive though, and I have got some stuff done and like accomplished some goals. But I'm looking forward to next year to try to like grow on that and try to like improve and being like present, I guess, because
Yeah,
I think
get that.
one thing that I'm like not that good at is like I overthink quite a lot, and I like future think way too much. Like I think way too
I'm the
much
opposite.
down the
we
line.
talked about this.
Yeah, I think way too much down the line and never really in the present. And I
Mm.
was thinking of the next thing to do, how to improve this, or like how to get better at this, instead of just like being like happy where I am and like accepting that. Like I feel like that's one thing I should try to work on for next year too.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, I mean, any improvement's good improvement.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
Anything to improve is good. So you gotta do what you gotta do, whatever you want and whatever you think is needed for you. When we talked about the job thing, if you think another job will be better, more beneficial for me, better for me in general, just go for that. And then same with the summer, right? I talked about how I want to be better. I want to focus on myself because everything that I talked about revolved around me. The podcast, that's my podcast. Going to the gym, that's my body. Getting work, that is that's my thing. So just do whatever you think you have to do. And let's say it's not what it seems. Let's say you think, well, I got to improve on not focusing ahead and look more in the present. Let's say you realize, well, that's not the case. I still have to look in the future, just not as much. And still look into the future, but not as far in. Like you can be wrong in some ways trying to figure out yourself, and it's not bad because that's what life is, right? You get some things wrong and you get like some right, but that's just about growing, and you don't lose in that situation ever. So it's nothing bad. Like if you get a new job because you're like, I don't like mine right now, I'm getting bored of it, let me get a new one, and then you don't like that job, you're like, well, I'll just get another one. I tried it. There's nothing to lose from that because I went on my comfort zone and I tried it and I took a big risk and I learned from this.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's like everything about what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's just learning experiences. Like I think one of the reasons why I want to leave is so I can experience something else and like try my hand at something else. Like doing the same thing for 4 years gets repetitive for sure, and like it's quite boring. Like I want to like be able to put myself in a new environment and work with new people, and I think that can help with the podcast, right? Like being able to connect to new people while also maybe learning a new skill or finding a new passion or hobby. And I think that's like really important. I think a lot of teenagers don't do that. They don't put themselves out of their comfort zone, right?
True.
You stick to one thing, okay, this works, right? Whatever. And you just never look beyond that because, okay, this works for right now. But what about in a couple of years, right? Or like what I'm going to do with that. So I think one of the things that I want to work on, probably getting a new job, but I think also like even like budgeting, like it kind of ties in. Like if you're trying to like plan for the future, I know grade 12, me and Colin have talked about it, but like taking a trip down to like California and like going down to like drive down, like budgeting for that, right? How am I going to save my money and my time and like utilize like what I have, right? If you're still in grade 12 and you're living at home, right? Before
you get
university,
more money, like you don't have as much financial issues to.
Yeah. You don't have like expenses and stuff, and you can save your money on like trips like that.
Easier.
You can save for big trips, and like you can do what you want to do. So like one thing that I'm kind of thinking about now is like gap year and like if I should do that, because I think first off it'd give me time to like save money and also just like have like those experiences that I want to, right? And like before I settle down for like college and university and like going into that, I can actually like take some time to like figure out, okay, is this really what I want to do, while also like being able to budget and give myself those experiences.
Yep.
But I think the summer's a good time to do that too, right? Like you can still have that balance and still have fun and, you know, go to the gym and do this while also having a job and like saving money and like enjoying your summer. I think a lot of people see it as either one or the other, right? I either work the whole summer or have fun the whole summer, and people don't really like get the balance between the two. So basically what I'm saying is that if you have that like financial freedom and you don't have any expenses to pay, you should use that and utilize that. Like go travel and like go save up your money.
Use your free time like wisely. Like you have that free time.
Exactly. And I think the same goes for summer. Like use your summer wisely. If you want to go travel and you know it's going to cost money, obviously, like go save up your money. Like try to like lower your expenses, save your money, but also have fun. Like I think, like we said, it's all about balance. So if you have that balance and you can save up enough money,
it's worth it to do.
Yeah, go do both, right? Don't limit yourself to one. So, yeah.
100%. Couldn't agree anymore. On
that point, I guess we'll wrap it up here. So, yeah, go hit all the links in the description, Spotify, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, all the links. You know what to do. So I guess we'll wrap it up here. So, all right. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.